if you have a different PC components are there, guys, this box we call it as a cabinet. Break up, right. 1 second. Okay, so we'll see this is a system cabinet. Okay, you take a laptop or a desktop, that outer it is cabinet only. Inside this cabinet, we have different components. Outside of the cabinet, we have connectivities. So what are the components inside this cabinet is like a CPU. If you are having a desktop or laptop, so CPUs must be there, right? So what is a CPU? Central Processing Unit. It is, we also called as a processor. And we have a RAM, ROM, motherboard. On motherboard, there are several slots, chipsets also there. Hard disk, SSDs also we are inside our cabinets only. CD, DVDs. Now it is most of the laptops and desktops not coming with this CD, DVD kind of stuff. Power supplies. Okay, SMPS. Yeah, power supply kind of stuff is required. Laptops having batteries and chargers are there. Charger is nothing whatever SMPS charger only. Of course, floppy disk are completely removed from, of course, from laptop it is removed so many years back. So many years back. From desktop also so many years back only the floppy disk are removed. Outside of the cabinet means we are connecting our keyboards, mouse, monitors. These are the primary devices. Like a keyboard is a primary input device, mouse is a pointer device, monitor is a output device, display device it is. Printers, scanners, printer, you have a document you want to print in a paper, so then we use a printer. So what are the document in your system? That is called a soft copy. And what is the printout from the printer is called a hard copy. Scanners. So you have a document or a picture, you scan it and convert into soft copy and store into your system. Touchpad, touch screens. So touchpad is this one, mouse pointer for a laptop. It is, we use as touchpads. Touch screen laptops also there. Touch screen systems also there. On monitor, you can directly choose anything like just like your mouse you can use, but it's like it with a touch on the screen, like your mobile phone is a touch screen. Tablets, 2-in-1 laptops, all-in-one desktops, having desktop touch screens. Microsoft Surface Pro is another example of touchscreen input. Mics and speakers. To you, I'm speaking, the mic will receive my voice and convert into electrical signal. Speakers. So if you are speak, I can able to hear from the speakers, right? Card readers, SD card readers are there, no? So you know that one. Bluetooth devices, we can connect our Bluetooth devices, like a Bluetooth headphones, we can connect Bluetooth printers, Bluetooth projectors kind of stuff. The external hard disk, you have a data in your system, it is huge data, so we cannot able to put it in our system always, right? So the data is better store into the external hard disk, so then you can carry the data or you can transfer the data or you can think like the hard disk as a backup storage kind of stuff, you can use it. Joysticks, gaming controllers are there, so you want to play a game, you can use your keyboard and mouse, and also you can use joysticks for gaming purpose. Okay, these are the basic hardware components. Okay, the first component is always CPU, Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit. So people call this cabinet as a CPU. Now, guys, this is a cabinet. Generally, people, even myself, I will tell like put that CPU aside. Okay, so connected to the CPU. So generally, we become habituated to call this one as a CPU, but originally the CPU is a small chip like this. This is a CPU. This is a CPU. The guy is inserting a CPU onto the motherboard. Okay, so here it is. This CPU is a central processing unit. It is a single chip. It performs arithmetic and logical function. It is a brain of our computer. Without a CPU, it's not even a computer itself. Okay, computer means there is a CPU. And CPU, different manufacturers are there. So at present, we are using Intel based CPUs. Intel is one of the manufacturer, leading manufacturer, and another one is AMD. From Intel also we have different types of CPUs like a Pentium models, dual cores, i5, i7 models also came. Xenon processors. Xenon processor usually used it servers. Okay, for server, so we use Xenon type of processors because it is higher core and higher in the cache memories. We can run this Xenon processor for 24/7 also. Okay, so that is one thing. AMD is another manufacturers is given different types of processor. AMD Athlon processor. Okay, Ryzen processors. Ryzen's are now it is on the market. Athlon is like a dual core processor, but Ryzen is a multi-core processing is there. Okay, so AMD preferably for multimedia purpose, gaming purpose kind of stuff. And another manufacturer of processors are also there for both system related and as well as mobile related. I have written some mobile related. Here it is MediaTek Helio processor, Dimensity processors, Qualcomm Snapdragon. You may hear that Samsung uh, Exynos processor, different mobile processors also there. Guys, when you see a processor like a CPU, what are the important factors about a CPU? CPU model is important. It depends upon that model. You can see the clock speed, number of cores, number of logical processing, cache memories, and virtualization is enabled or not. Why virtualization is enabled? I have shown my virtual machine. How can I create this virtual machine? How can I create and run this 64-bit virtualization machine? Because of this virtualization is enabled. So inside your CPU, there is a lot of instructions are there inside a CPU. Okay. So these CPUs, these CPU instructions, based on that instructions only, the function of CPU is there. One of the instruction is this virtualization technology related instructions are there. So then you can able to create a virtual CPU on it, and on virtual CPU can create and run virtual machines. Okay, speed always measures in a hedges, kilohertz, megahertz, gigahertz kind of stuff. What is this width? Okay, so you have currently all the processors, most of the processors, 64-bit processors only. Earlier we have a 32-bit processor. The original processor starting processor is 4-bit processor only. Then 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit processor are there. Okay, so currently we are using 64-bit processor. The instructions size is 64-bit processor. What is the advantage of using 64-bit processor? What is the advantage of using 64-bit processor is 64-bit processors, we can install high range memories, RAMs, means earlier only maximum 4 GB RAM support. Now it is 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB. That type of RAMs we can able to use. What is the advantage of using higher RAM? We can run complex applications, bigger applications. We can run complex applications, big applications. We can run on the 64-bit machines because of RAM allocation. The memory allocation is increased. Okay. Understand, guys, 64-bit advantages. And in a 64-bit, we are also getting these virtualization technologies. Okay. And every processor having a cache memory. The higher the cache memory, the faster instruction execution is also improves. And every processor having number of cores. So some processor having single core processors. Nowadays, most of the processors are multi-core processors, 4-core processor, 8-core processor like that. Okay, multi-threading processors also there. What is multi-threading? So again, each core is again divided into the logical processing wise. Each core is divided into again logical processors. So that is threading. So higher the number of cores and logical processors, the better performance, multitasking performance improves. Okay, so this is CPU specifications. I have written this 32-bit 64. Guys, understand what is a CPU? What is the function of CPU? It is actually process your instructions. Okay. You guys understand up to here this point?
Yes.
So there is a small point about 32-bit and 64-bit. In 32-bit processor, the instruction is 32-bit size and 64-bit instruction size is 64-bit. Size of instruction increases means the complexity of instruction is also, you can give much complex instructions. Now, earlier days it is okay, but now we are using different applications, much complex applications we are using. So it will provide better performance with it. It can easily handle that complex instructions, 64-bit size instructions, and allocate higher RAM. So with the 64-bit, we can use high RAM capacities also. With that one, we can run higher applications, big size applications, complex applications, we can able to run it. Okay. So when you see an application or some drivers, so is it a 32-bit application or a 64-bit application? How can we see that one? How can we understand it? On the application, you download an application or an operating system, okay, or maybe a drivers. You downloaded it and see there is a 32-bit on it. So we can understand it is 32-bit. If it is written 64-bit, we can understand it is 64-bit. But sometimes it is written in different ways. x86. x86 means it is a 32-bit and Intel. Okay, x86 represent 32-bit Intel. Okay, i386, i586, these are all representation of Intel 32-bit. Okay, so 64-bit, 64-bit x86 underscore 64. Okay, it represent Intel 64-bit. x64 also represent Intel 64. AMD 64, it is AMD processor 64-bit like that. Okay, sometimes it does not mean anything. So people say x86 represent 32-bit, that's it. Whether it is Intel based running or maybe 64 AMD processor based. It does not mean sometimes it is anything. Okay, so these are the different architecture types, 32-bit or 64-bit. But here it is some few things we have to check it. Compatibility kind of stuff. You have a 32-bit type of processor. You have to install 32-bit type of operating system. You cannot install 64-bit operating system or 16-bit operating system also. Compulsory you have to use on 32-bit processor, 32-bit operating system, 32-bit drivers. Like you have a printer, you downloaded drivers, 32-bit drivers only you should download, not 64-bit. And the application support is there, again 32-bit based application only we can run. If you want to use 16-bit application on 32-bit system, so there may be a supporting platform is required, like a WoW 32, means Windows 16 and Windows 32 platform is required. So that's application related platform. Okay. So earlier days that was much complex. From Windows 8 operating system onwards, so it is become very easy for a 64 bits. For 64 bits. For example, you are using a processor, 64-bit processor. Operating system must be 64-bit only. The drivers must be 64-bit. You have old drivers, 32-bit drivers. Now it is not working. Again, you have to download 64-bit device drivers. Maybe your NIC card is there, graphic card is there, maybe printer is there. So you have to download and install the drivers for it. You have to use 64-bit drivers on it only. And you can use happily 64-bit applications. But if you are using 32-bit applications, the Windows 8 operating system, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11, built-in WoW 64 feature is there. From Windows 8 onwards, we have WoW 64 feature is there inside, platform is there. So you can run 32-bit application. Not all 32-bit application, some 32-bit applications also we can run without any problem. Okay. If you install 64-bit application, the application will be stored in C:/ in C drive program files. You can see C:/ program files. Okay. Program files. Where is the program files? This is x86. This is program files. Okay. Program files. If you install 64-bit application, it stores here the application application data stores in this place only, program files. If you install 32-bit application, it stores in the program files x86. The data, the application data stores in here only. Okay. When you install any application, the data will go to program files. If it is 64 type of machine, if you install 64-bit application, it go to the program files. It's 64-bit machine and you install 32-bit application, then the application stores in program files x86. Just understand this point?
Sir, again, can you explain
Which part?
the last part,
Last part. Okay.
32-bit program files?
Yeah, 32-bit application and 64-bit, right? So I downloaded an application, for example, a CC cleaner application I downloaded and installed. Okay. So when I install it, so it is a 32-bit type of application, but my system is 64-bit system, 64-bit sub CPU, 64-bit operating system. But when I install 32-bit application, the application data stores in this program files x86 folder. Okay. In case I download an application that is maybe a VLC player is there, media player is there. I downloaded and installed the media VLC player. Okay. And it is 64-bit application. And my machine is 64-bit application. So where this application goes? In this location only. Okay. See some of the applications. See, this is 64-bit application I downloaded and installed. That's what it is showing here. This is application data. means main application. Okay. But how can you run 32-bit application on 64? Because in our Windows operating system, we have a service called a service or a feature is in a built-in feature of Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, and Windows 11. There is a WoW 64. This WoW 64 platform make run your 32-bit applications on 64-bit machine. Okay. So this is 32-bit and 64. What is 64 process? What is 64 advantage of 64? Also I have told. Okay. In a processor, guys, we have seen the processor. So the processor is look like this one. But on this processor, the processor is getting heated. When you use a system, the processor is getting heated. If it is become overheated, what will happen? Processor will burned. Processor is going to be burned. To protect the processor from burning, so there is a heat sink on it. There is a heat sink. It is a kind of alloy metal based metal kind of stuff. Okay, it is alloy metal. Okay, it is sits on your processor. Between this heat sink and the processor, there is a heat sink paste. Okay, there is a heat sink paste. CPU heat sink paste or a thermal paste. Okay, this is the paste. It look like this one. Okay, and go to the images. So here it is. On the processor is applying the heat sink paste. So not just as a dot. So simply they will cover the metallic part of your processor. On top of it, not here, not like this, not like this, on the top of your processor. Okay, like this, not like this, like this only. Okay, on top of it, heat sink, fan will be there. Heat sink, on top of it, there is a heat sink. Okay, on the processor, heat sink is there, and the heat sink. Sorry, on the processor, we apply the heatsink paste and we place the heatsink. On the top of it, again, heatsink fan will be there. What is the use of this fan? The fan is exhaust fan. Okay. What is happen? Processor is getting heated. The heat will be absorbed by heatsink. The heat is absorbed by this heatsink. And heatsink will be get cooled. Means that heat will be removed from that heatsink using this fan. If fan is not running, heatsink won't get cold. If heating is not getting cold, CPU is not getting cold. CPU is not getting cold means CPU is burned. There are a lot of different heat sinks are there for different types of processors. Okay, so depends upon the processor and depends upon usage. We use different types of cooling systems. This is our generally we used cooling systems in our system. Understand, guys, what is the purpose of heat sink?
Yes.
What is the what
Yes,
is
sir.
used?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. In the laptops, we have this type of facilities. In the laptops, the CPU fans are there. Heat sinks are there like this. Bottom of this, see if you see this part, these are all under this one, CPU will be there. Okay. Under this, CPU is there. Under this one, CPU will be there. So when CPU is getting heated, this copper will absorb the heat and passes the heat like this. This fan blow out the heat to outside of your laptop. That's why people say do not cover these holes. This side, don't put anything. Don't cover it. Don't put your laptops on the bed. Okay, on the towels, beds, laps. Lap means on your thighs. Don't put your laptop. So what will happen? It will absorb your dust and the heat won't be escape from your laptop and it is become overheated. Not only it is danger for CPU, also other components, including your batteries, will get a overheated. Okay, so it's not a direct part. At least system having some of space to escape the heat, at least inside. But CPU laptops are very small size pet right now. So when it is getting heated, it passes this heat to here, and heat should be go outside. It form a dust, or maybe if you are blocking that heat escaping, CPU is getting overheated. What happen if your system is getting overheated? CPU is getting overheated. To prevent damage to your CPU, what the system is doing? It is restart itself. System restart itself. You start a system and the system is started. You are looking at the screen after 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes or maybe immediately system will be restart itself without showing any errors. Without showing any errors. So what is the reason? CPU is getting overheated. There is a possibility of CPU is getting overheated. If CP is getting overheated, so why it is getting overheated? Heat sink paste is not placed properly. Maybe it is dried. Or heat sink is not placed properly. Heat sink fan is not running properly. Or lot of dust on your heat sink fan and heat sink. There is a possibility, sir. So what to do? Remove every power resources. Check the heat sink. It is set properly or not. Check the heat sink paste. If it is there, not there. If it is not there, buy a new heat sink paste. Apply the heat sink paste. Check the fan running. And if it is heat sink got more dust, clean the dust with a hand blower. Okay. Even for your laptop, you can use these anti-static brushes are there. So use the brush to clean this fan and these edges also carefully if possible. Otherwise, don't touch it. If you don't know how to do it, so don't do it. So take the technician, so he will going to clean it. But check it before that when you are going to take, is there any dust is there? So he's going to clean up with that one. So there is a air blowers also there, hand based air blowers or compressed air blowers also there. So they use air blowers to blow out this dust. Because of this dust, what happened? Because not this much dust, it's a normal dust also very dangerous. Because of this dust, heat is not escape. So CPU is getting overheated. It is happened multiple times. I will tell one example. When I was working in another branch office, that's what happened. Um, the system is there. It's a direct normal desktop system. It is near to the window. Mostly the students will open that window, see to see outside to get some normal air from outside to inside. At lunch times, they'll open that window. So the dust is came and the dust is formed into that CPU fan and CPU that heat sink. So there is a guy who's working on the system. So when he's doing some practical, so every 5 minutes it is restarting itself. And they didn't understand this application problem or what problem, what you have done. So later I got a small thought and I opened the system. Okay. I open system and I see that heat sink full of dust. So I have taken a small brush and cleaned all the dust on the heat sink and the fan and reassembled everything. Okay. And we connect it and started. So then it is running fine. Okay. So what is that problem? It's a heat sink fan. Dust on the fans and heat sink. Another one is happened, that is I have a desktop in so many years back. So we are moving that desktop from Visakhapatnam to Bangalore. Okay, so what happened? My sister put that desktop aside because she got a laptop from the company. So she did use that one. It's a full of dust. And while the cleaning process, I cleaned that heat sink paste on the processor. And I assembled everything, it is working. Later on days, it's keep on restarting. Suddenly it is restarting. I don't know. So when it is so suddenly it is restarting, what happened is the power lose connection possibility. Another possibility is power connectivities, power distributions, lack of SMPS power also possible. Think is there. So then I thought something like I went to the shop and purchased a small dabba, that is heat sink paste like this. Okay. So that time it is a small 10 rupees only. Okay. We take that heat sink, apply on the processor. Again, I assemble entire heat sink on it. Okay. Sometimes heat sink also not sitting on the processor properly. That time also heat processor will get overheated and the system will restart again and again. Okay. This is one of the troubleshooting thing. Okay. So your system is restarts again and again. If system is restart itself again and again, there is a possibility of CPU is getting overheated. Why CPU is getting overheated? Because of heatsink fan is not working or heatsink is not sit properly on CPU. Okay. To CPU, to prevent damage to the CPU, system is restarting itself. What to do? Open the cabinet, disconnect all power supplies, check for your CPU and CPU paste and fan. And if anything is goes wrong, refix it. Okay, remove the heatsink, reset the heatsink back, check the fan is running or not. And if dust is there, clean the dust. Guys, understand up to here?
Yes, sir.
So this is about your CPU, and there is a issue. Okay, all the issues you can able to separately put it. Okay. So even here I have a note down the certain issues here. Okay, some of the issues. Okay, so one of the issues CPU burning kind of stuff. Okay, so another issue that's morning we discussed, right? That is blank screen. That issue is also I mentioned here. Okay, and how to check those kind of stuff, it is also there. Okay, boot processing stuff. Yeah. The next point is RAM and ROM. What is a RAM and ROM? RAM and ROM both are primary memories. RAM is random access memory, ROM is read-only memory. RAM is an example for a volatile memory, ROM is example for a non-volatile memory. What is meant by volatile memory? When you are power off your device or disconnect device, okay, automatically data in the device will be gone. So when you shut down your PC, data in the RAM will be gone automatically. What is non-volatile memory? Even though you shut down your PC or disconnected from the device, whether your device is disconnected or maybe shut down, still data remains in the non-volatile device. Example, your hard disk, SSDs, pen drives, SD cards. These are all non-volatile devices. Even though you disconnect from the system or maybe you turn off your device, automatically the data will be there. Okay. And some people up to here, there are no already, but what is their missing point is, guys, RAM is a data is stored temporarily. It means data will be loaded to RAM and RAM to processor, processor to RAM, RAM to IO devices. I am giving input. The input is going to RAM. That RAM data is go to processor. Processor will process my input and instructions, my data and instructions, and give it to the RAM. RAM displays on the screen. Okay, I type something on my system, that is an input. That process is go to the processor through the RAM only. Because RAM is, whether it is you power on or power off, the RAM always store data temporarily. But ROM is not like that. ROM is a fixed chip. The manufacturer of ROM already given some instructions in the ROM, okay, chip. We cannot able to change that instructions, change data. We cannot do it. Okay. So of course, volatile, non-volatile, we are telling, but ROM is another kind of stuff. It is a chip, it is a fixed memory, and inside a ROM chip, already instructions are built. Already data and instructions are there in ROM chip. That is, it won't load anything from user. It won't give it, it won't change like loading, not loading kind of, not like your pen drive. Pen drive, you can connect it. You can put a data, remove a data. We can change the data kind of stuff, right? In a hard disk, you can put a data, you can remove a data. But in ROM chip, it is fixed. Okay. So RAMs can be changeable. We can add additional RAM. We can remove the RAM. We can replace the RAM. Possibilities there. In a ROM chip, we don't do like that. If you want to do change of ROM chip, you have to take your system to a chip level technician. So only he can able to change it. You only if it is possible in his if he has that right type of equipment to do it. Okay. Understand, guys, difference between RAM and ROM?
Yes, sir.
Right. RAM is also called as main memory, physical memory. Okay. RAM is not only saying it is a fixed it's a RAM. Okay. You're not, Shivam is not getting my voice. Now can you able to hear? Shivam? Shivam came, but I put a present. Okay. RAM is a primary memory. Okay. RAM is a primary memory. Primary memories are two, RAM and ROM. Okay. RAM is also main memory, physical memory. So different names are there, physical memory, main memory kind of stuff. Okay. So it stores data temporarily. It stores your instructions and data in it. But it is a kind of floating type. It means it load the data and give it to the processor. Okay. It will load the data from your input output devices, your storage devices to the RAM and give it to the CPU. CPU execute your instructions and give it to your RAM, RAM to your input output devices. This is how it is function. So RAM never stores any data permanently. It load and give into the something and again reload, again load like that. Okay. It is a volatile memory. It never store any data permanently. Okay. When you power off your system, data will automatically completely gone. Even it is in a power on state, data is always temporary state. RAMs are two types, static RAM and dynamic RAM. There is SRAM, DRAM. Static RAM means SRAM, dynamic RAM means DRAM. These static RAMs are built based on pure transistors. And these static RAMs actually used as a cache memory which built inside of your CPU. Static RAMs built inside of your CPU only as a cache memory. This cache memory speed up the processing, like loading of instruction to the CPU is become much speed up based on this cache memory only. RAM, DRAMs. DRAMs are built based on their pure transistors, capacitors, and resistors kind of stuff. There's different types of DRAMs are there. DRAM, ECC RAM, EDO RAM, VRAM, different types of RAMs are there. And these DRAMs are developed as a synchronous dynamic RAM. So further developed into SDRAMs, synchronous dynamic RAMs. These synchronous dynamic RAMs given much speed than DRAMs. And these SDRAMs again further developed into DDR SDRAMs. DDR means double data rate SDRAMs. DDR2, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5 is also came into market. Okay. So mainly for newer generation of processor, like a 12th generation. In a 12th generation also few, few types only it is supporting. And 13th generation also into the market, right? So for that one, DDR5 we are using. But currently most of the people are using DDR4 because not everyone is newer laptop, right? So little 10th generation, 9th generation of laptops. Okay, these are all comes with a DDR4 only. Okay. So current version is DDR5, as I know. Okay. This is static RAM and dynamic RAM. Static RAMs are used as a cache memories. Dynamic RAMs actually we are using for our RAM purposes. When you see a RAM, so RAM is always stuck in a sizes manner. 4 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, 32 GB RAM. And every RAM has a clock speed. Okay, every RAM is a clock speed is there. And every RAM has a model, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5 models are there. And there is a voltage level, low voltage, high voltage levels are there. Means RAM maybe works on 1.5 volts, RAM maybe works on 3.3 volts. Okay, 1.5 means it's a low voltage, 3 volts means high voltage RAMs. Okay, it depends upon your motherboard. You have to choose your RAM, depends upon your motherboard and CPU. Depends upon your motherboard and CPU. You have to choose your RAM sizes, RAM speed, RAM model, voltage levels is depends upon your CPU and motherboard. You have to choose it. You want to place, you want to buy a new RAM, you want to add a new RAM, or maybe you want to replace a RAM. You have to cross verify with a CPU model support and motherboard support also. Motherboard support means number of RAM slots, memory type means DDR3 suitable, DDR4 suitable, DDR5 suitable motherboards are there. CPUs, okay, size like some CPU support up to 8 GB only, some CPU support up to 16 GB, some CPU support up to 64 GB, 32 GB, like that. So based on the CPU support and based on the motherboard support, you can choose the RAM, size of the RAM, speed of the RAM, and type of memory. So what is my processor? Intel i5 10210U processor. So go to the processor model, search in a Google, find out the supporting. So it is 4-core, 8-thread processor, base speed, cache memory 6 MB, everything is good. What is the processor power requirements? Also it is showing here. RAM, so I can use up to 64 GB RAM. But RAM model must be DDR4 with this type of frequency, or this type of RAM with this type of frequency, or this type of RAM with this type of frequency. Not the new one, means DDR4 3100. I cannot use it. Okay. In DDR4 4200, I cannot use it.
Sir,
DDR4, yeah,
sir, what's the difference between this DDR4 and LPDDR?
a little bit model type is different.
Okay.
maybe like enhanced board, it is showing like this. LPDDR. DDR4 is normal. And in that one, two packages. If you see, there is a big size like this, small size. This is for laptops. This is for desktops again. Okay. This is so DIMM package, laptops. This is DIMM package for desktops. Okay. So compulsory, this type of model, we should use it. Not less, not more. So for how to follow CPU support and as well as motherboard support also there. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Better check what is your old RAM. So when you are replacing or upgradation of your RAM, so check your old RAM. What is the old RAM specifications? Based on that, you can upgrade it. Okay. Must matches frequency between, if you are adding two RAMs, then it is frequency matches must be there. Yes, this is a desktop model. So you can view simple. It is. Okay. These are the RAM slots and is inserting RAM inside. This is a laptop model. So we have to insert into the slots like this. Okay. Different packages of RAMs are there. DIMM packages, SODIMM packages, and RIM packages. These are not available now. So DIP packages of RAMs are there. That is only like embedded systems. That time we use DIP packages kind of stuff. You want to build your own kind of motherboard with your microprocessor, microcontroller type. So then you can use that type of RAM, DIP package RAM. But generally for our desktops and laptops, we have a DIMM, RIMs, SODIMM type of packages. DIMM packages generally for desktops, SODIMM packages for laptops and mini PCs. SODIMM package means small outline, means the RAM is look like a smaller size. DIMM packages is a lengthy type, means like a scale type. Okay. And what is a RIM package? It is a actually DIMM package only. It contains a shielding over it, like heat sink on the RAM, usually used in servers. Of course, gaming laptops, gaming desktops also we use RIM packages. RAM is getting heated, so we need something to cool down, right? So like heat sinks we are. Different types of RAMs are so there, like SD RAMs, DDR, DDR4 kind of stuff. So each RAM having a pin configuration on it. So can you see number of pins on it? And there is a notch. That's why your motherboard is suitable for a DDR3. You cannot insert a DDR4. Your motherboard is suitable for DDR4. You cannot insert DDR3. So because of the pin numbers and the notch configuration is different. Okay. So morning we discuss what if you are yeah, okay. Do you understand, guys, what is the RAM? Okay, main memory, and it is physical memory, RAM types, static RAM and dynamic RAM, different RAM models, RAM specifications. Okay, to upgrade or replace a RAM, what are the things we should consider, like a CPU and motherboard models? Okay, laptop RAMs and desktop RAMs, how it is look like. Understand, guys, up to here?
Yes, sir.
So I will tell a small troubleshooting. Already we discussed in morning. So tomorrow we'll start from the ROM. Okay. So here it is. Morning we discuss. You press the power button, and what will happen? System perform post operation power on self test to make sure that your CPU, RAM, motherboard, on motherboard components working or not. Everything is working fine. Post will be successful. and it go to the next step of boot processing. Something goes wrong, host failure. If host is failure, how can we understand? On your screen, nothing. It's become blank screen only. Okay, you may hear the continuous beep sounds. There is a keyboard LEDs. Indication is there to show the post is successful. That also not glowing. So what is it? Mostly it is RAM loose connection, RAM failure, dust on the RAM, and RAM slots. So what you have to do? Disconnect the power connections. All the power supplies you have to disconnect. Open the cabinet, remove the RAM, clean the RAM edges with eraser like this. Dust the RAM slots with hand blowers. Okay. Reinsert the RAM, verify it. And cross verified with other PCs. Maybe still not working means RAM is not working. RAM is got problem. So what you will do? Remove the RAM and check the RAM with other systems or check with other RAMs with our system to make sure that it is only RAM is got a problem. Sometimes it is like this. So clean the RAM, insert the RAM. Okay. This is one of the troubleshooting. Nowadays, if it is a RAM related issues, so we can able to see this mystery here, not here. We can able to see here on the motherboard, there is a LED status of host LED status is like if CPU is not working, so CPU LED will blink. RAM is not working or RAM is not sitting properly, RAM LED will blink. Graphical memory is not there or graphic card is down, VGA memory, VGA LED will become, will glow the VGA LED. Okay, bootable disk is not inserted, means main operating system hard disk is filled. Then this LED will be blinks. Now it is become much easier on the desktops. Okay, so this is about your CPU, about your RAM, and about your RAM related issue. It's not RAM related issue, it is a post issue. In case of you are getting a blank screen, you power on your system, nothing on your screen, power LED is blinking, hard disk LED is not blinking, keyboard LED is not blinking, no response, not even an error on the monitor, not even any error, no signal error, nothing is there on your monitor means it is there is a possibility of RAM got a problem. Okay, not only RAM guys, it can be a CPU related, it can be VGA related. It's not VGA related, it can be a CPU related also possible, or maybe on motherboard, maybe another component failure can be there, maybe north bridge, south bridge can be failure is occur. Possibility is there, but mostly RAM is we are inserting RAM into the RAM slot, possibility of dust on the RAM, possibility of RAM failures or a RAM loose connection is there. So compulsory, first you have to check the RAM, make sure that is RAM is working or not, RAM dust cleaning is done, so connectivity is good or not, check it, cross verify the RAM. Still RAM is working good with other PCs, so or verify other components. Okay, so this is up to here. So I will discuss ROM tomorrow. Why? Because of it's not about only ROM. I have to tell about your BIOS settings, different BIOS settings. I have to tell. And CMOS batteries, motherboards, the SMPSs. Okay, those things we will discuss tomorrow. Of course, storage devices also. Okay, guys, up to here. Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm put a question. Yeah, voices. Himanshu is trying to tell something, but I cannot able to hear. Okay.
No, sir, no, sir.
Okay. Okay. So